morning, my friends. Today's shave is brought to us by Fleur de France. I had to come up with a reason in the short there. Really, the choice was arbitrary, but it happens to be a good time. Just after the end of the Olympics last night, we watched the closing ceremonies. It was a great time. And today's razor is one of my favorites, Kikuboshi. This is a Japanese razor, probably from the 50s. Or early 60s. It's a 6/8, very nice steel. This thing takes an edge real good. It's a little bit heavy. It's got kind of a real thick spine on it. Look at that thing. Take a great edge, and the soap, of course, Seaforth is wonderful, terrific soap for lathering. Now let's get to it. Usually there's no real rhyme or reason why I pick a soap. It's usually pretty arbitrary. I'll be in a mood for, say, anything in particular. I want a barbershop scent, or I want to use an Oriental, which is a spicy. Usually those are winter soaps for me. Having a little touch of cinnamon in them, or amber or something. This one's got carnations. Let me see. I'll read you the scent notes here. It says has geranium, citron, rosemary, coumarin, oak moss, and white musk. Oh, that doesn't mean a lot to me. I know it smells great. I like it. Just dry my hands. This one doesn't have as much texture here, so I have to be kind of careful, because it's one of the reasons I do like 5/8. A little easier to prevent it from twisting. Not that there should be a lot of twisting of a razor in your hands when you're using it. But, should there be, you want to remain in control of your razor at all times. Otherwise, you could start leaking precious bodily fluids, which is never a good thing. It's got kind of an interesting shape to it. It's got a very long heel. Be careful with that because it's sharp. Very long heel and no spine. It looks almost like it didn't start that way, but the condition of this razor is such as I gotta think it did. The only reason that you would have something like that on a lot of razors is if you had a catastrophic failure of the razor here and they ground it off. But this razor came to me in exceptional condition. All I had to do was hone it, and so it just has a novel shape there towards the heel. And I treated my strops. I have been remiss in keeping my strops oiled properly. A lot of times you maintain them. Some old school guys will say put you slather them up with some of your soap, let it dry, and then rub it off. Others will say skin from your hands is what you need to moisten or keep the leather supple and create a good draw you want to feel a little bit of resistance when you're stropping the razor across it. And your skin oil's good for the leather, makes it last a long time. It also kind of adds a little bit of, tiny bit of grip to the leather, which you want, because it makes a little bit of heat, which kind of helps to keep the edge of that blade. There's only a few molecules thick, you know, just a tiny amount. It warms it up and kind of helps it to stay straight. And it's essentially all you're doing is taking all the deformation off of that edge, the business part of the razor. So my very good friend of mine sent me a tube of strop dressing some years ago, and because it's not something you use a lot, it kind of got put behind things and stuff ended up on top of it, and you know, just didn't see it, didn't think about it until I just started kind of, dogs are out there in a minute, started noticing that razor was slipping quite a bit. I mean, just no resistance at all in the when I was stropping. And I felt it and decided it was too dry. So I gave him the business. And for me, I have more than one strap. As it turns out, I found I had more than I thought. I have 4. So I treated them all. I have a horsehide one. I have a very old, I think the horsehide is the oldest of them. And then a Griffith, and one really nice one with no name on it. Just no marks at all. But it has a really nice linen secondary strap, which you use a lot. Usually I'll use the fabric one first, and then burnish the edge real good with the leather one. Yeah, guys, I think I'm good. I'm gonna just do a little bit of tune up here, but I'm about to say we are pretty much where we need to be for a everyday shave. I'm not going to town or nothing, so that's plenty good. And this kind of diagonal for me, that's my true against the grain. I tempted to do a little flat blading there, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. Yeah, we're fine. I'd say this is a little bit better than what I'll call a DFS, or a darn fine shave. And the alum tells us we didn't hurt ourselves. Oh, let's give ourselves a little bit of, let's use Thayer's today. Thayer's lemon. And then we'll give ourselves a dose of the really nice aftershave. This is Seaforth's Fleur de France aftershave. This is a very barbershoppy, floral kind of a fragrance. I like it very much. And we'll hit ourselves up with a little bit of talc. And that's it for today's shave. We had a really nice thing. I'm almost going to town. Well, it is pretty much a going to town, because it's better than usual, actually. And we got that using Seaforth's Fleur de France and an old Kikuboshi Japanese razor. Japanese razors have pretty darn good steel on them. And we lathered things up, but this is a Frank shaving a synthetic brush. And got her all done. This is Major Rich. ShavingCutter.com, or you might be finding them on my Safety Cat Studios YouTube channel, or from my webpage, safetycatstudios.com. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.